Good evening from London, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Ben Allison, and you are listening to Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, your one-stop shop for professional wrestling, insight, news, and reviews on a daily basis. And today is draft day. It is the day when every year we do our mock, our fantasy WWE draft. Of course, the real thing is next week. But today, we're doing our version of it. We're marking it up. We're seeing where it goes. And this is always one of the most fun shows of the year. So I'm excited to get right into it. But before we do, I need to tell you guys who I'm going up against today. Because we did a coin toss. I've got Monday Night Raw. And this man has Friday Night SmackDown. How are you, Shad?
It is the coolest man in the entire planet Earth. It is I, Shad, the man who is going to resurge the Friday Night SmackDown brand and bring them back to dominance. I am even wearing a blue hat. But I'm excited, man. Just a little quick tidbit. I used to do content for wrestling drafts. Salute to my bro Jordan and his page on it. So it's something that I'm excited to do again, man. Let's get into it.
Absolutely. And basically, guys, the way this is going to work is SmackDown's going to have the first pick. So Shard's going to kick us off. Then it's going to go over to me, and I'll have my first pick. Then going into the second round, the order will flip. So Raw will get the first pick, SmackDown will get the second, and then so on and so forth. Basically, every round it alternates. You have basically, once we get going, it's 2 picks in a row each. And yeah, every 11 picks, I'm going to show a graphic on the screen, basically, showing where things are, who's got who, and it's going to be a fun one. The one rule we have is you can only pick 3 people at once from a faction. So if a faction is more than 3 people, you got to get them separately. That's the way it is. Otherwise, some of these factions, you might be getting 6 people at once, and that'll get ridiculous very, very fast. But, Shard, your SmackDown, let's kick things off with you. Who are you taking?
With the first pick in the 2024 Wrestling Republic Draft, SmackDown decides to continue the story. We are selecting Cody Rhodes.
That is a great pick. Of course, the current WWE Undisputed Champion. I would have loved to have him on Monday Night Raw, but hey, you guys, you've taken him off for us. You've given him your title. Fair enough indeed. But hey, you took one of ours. We're going to come back and we're going to take one of yours because currently Raw has a problem. And Raw's problem is that we don't have a women's champion. So, as Raw's first draft pick in the WWE Draft 2024, we choose Bayley, the WWE Women's Champion right now. And yeah, that is my pick for the first round. We've got Andy in the chat saying he'd have picked Cody Rhodes SmackDown and Damian Priest to Monday Night Raw. Well, it's round 2. And in round 2, Raw's kicking it off. And we're kicking things off by drafting Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. They're staying on Monday Night Raw. And yeah, what about you, Shad? Who is SmackDown picking for the second round?
Oh man, you took a very good pick. I was considering Judgment Day as my next pick, but I believe the mid card title is one that does matter. And you take one of mine, I gotta take one of yours. We are going to take the Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn, with our next pick.
Oh, that is crushing. No joke. On my list, the next name written down was Sami Zayn. That is frustrating indeed. It really, really, really is. But, where do we go from here? Well, I'm going to actually do you a favor, Shard, right? Because a lot of people have been saying that a certain storyline is too large for a 2-hour show, such as yourself, over on Friday Night SmackDown. So, the big boys, the 3-hour Monday Night Raw, we're taking the storyline. We're taking the most interesting storyline in professional wrestling as we're drafting Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Tama Tonga, the bloodline, to Monday Night Raw.
Okay, okay. It's a pretty good pick. All right. So as of now, I got two champions. We are definitely decked out in gold. I definitely am a advocate for the women's division.
Shard, I realized I made a mistake. It was your pick again.
Oh, it was my pick next, huh? Okay.
You
Let's
you
revert
could
that.
you could right now steal them off me.
I am
You
taking
could.
his pick. I am taking Roman
No!
Reigns, Tama Tonga, and Solo
No!
Sikoa.
No!
And Cody and Roman are back on the same roster.
Oh no, I cannot believe it. That is absolutely heartbreaking. That is a nail to the heart of on Friday nights. Oh gosh. Well, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Tama Tonga are on Monday. Not on Monday, they're on our Friday night SmackDown.
SmackDowns.
Well, my list has gone even more, just to the absolute gutter now. Because not only did I lose out on Sami Zayn, I also lose out on my next pick, the Bloodline. Well, I guess we're going to have to take him. I'm not a big fan of him, but I'm a big fan of the title. The US title, Logan Paul, is coming to Monday Night Raw. He is going to be our pick for round 3 of the WWE Draft. But of course, moving into round 4, Raw gets the next pick in that one as well. And this is a difficult one. It really, really is. But we took Bailey as the first round pick. I really want to boost this women's division. I want it to be the best women's division in professional wrestling. So I'm taking the tag team of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair to the Red Brand. Monday night is become a little bit more interesting, shall we say?
Darn, man, that one hurts. That one hurts. That is okay. All right. Well, I will raise you my next pick. I definitely if y'all know me, I definitely have a big emphasis of loving women's wrestling, and I'm going to go with a faction that has gold as well as a former champion. I'm going to take Damage Control, but I'm going to take
Oh,
Io Sky, Asuka, and Kyrie Sane. That is that
oh.
pick. And I believe this next pick is me as well,
It
right?
is. It is. It's also going to be Friday Night SmackDown. Who are you taking?
We are going faction heavy, and we are going with someone that Sami Zayn has history with. We are going to pick the Ring General,
Ah.
Gunther, Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci, Imperium.
That is just such a good pick. Gunther. I mean, honestly, they have been an underrated tag team on Monday Night Raw as well, Kaiser and Vinci. So maybe they can be used a bit better on Friday night. But regardless, Gunther, that hurts us. He's been a highlight of Raw over the past 12 months. His Intercontinental Championship reign, which you've also taken from us as well. Raw is currently bleeding the color red. But moving now into round 5 for Monday Night Raw. Oh, this is a tough one. This really, really is a tough one, but I'm going to go with Seth freaking Rollins. I want to keep him on Monday nights. He's been the face of our brand over the past year or so, and I think he still deserves a spot on our brand. But hey, I think Raw needs to keep one eye to the present and one eye to the future, because heading into round 6, Raw drafts Braun Breaker to Monday night. I mean, how are you SmackDown going to respond there, Shard?
Oh man, you would definitely take a young star on NXT against the Tuesday Night Delight. That
Yep.
that 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 is that sounds personal to me. I like the pick. I think
Ooh.
Braun Breaker is a sensational talent, and yeah, you could easily plug and play him in that main event picture on your brand. How
Yes,
I'm going to
certainly.
how I'm going to respond, I still think there is a lot of marquee women on this roster, and we cannot ever discredit one of the most talented, who I call the GOAT. Bah, Becky Lynch is our next selection.
Oh,
Yes, yes, and we and
oh,
we have a vacant women's title, so we have a lot
we
of
do.
prominent women on our roster that will be fighting for that title. With the next pick, man, there is a lot of talent on this WWE roster when I think about it.
There
But
are.
I feel like I want to go your route and I want to go to the future.
Ooh.
And this one may shock some people. We are going to take the North American champion, Oba Femi.
No! Obafemi on. He's getting called up going to Friday nights. That is a great pick. A great pick indeed. Oh, that is. Oh, I didn't even think about him. Listen, we got Braun Breaker. I've said it before. I think this generation Stone Cold and The Rock is being Braun Breaker and
Oba
Obafemi. But
Femi, for
hey, I
sure.
think we're going to have to keep them a while longer. We have 26 WWE saying who gets called up from NXT. Well, so far, we have got Obafemi just then. And I mean, that is all so far. Braun Breaker, of course, only recently left NXT, and I'm taking him. I've stolen him to Monday night. But round 7 of the WWE Draft. Well, Monday Night Raw. Look in my eyes. What do you see? The
Oh,
personality.
let's
CM
see.
Punk stays on Monday night. He's controversial, but hey, the AEW ratings have proved that he's a huge draw, even when you just mention his name.
Great
But
pick.
on top of that, you know what? 26 WWE. You said who gets called up from NXT? Well, I'm taking another. Going into round 8, Raw chooses Carmelo Hayes from NXT. And oh, that is that is a
Mm.
response to Obafemi. But yeah, I mean, it's starting to get stacked. Shad, how are you going to respond there?
This is chess. This is not checkers. You took
Okay.
CM Punk. I will not allow you to have the best potential storyline that you can have. I am
No.
taking the biggest player hater in the world, Drew McIntyre, with my next selection. He could definitely be in the main event picture as well. But hey, Drew, we see him on the board. We have to take him. Following pick, I feel like we need to add a little bit more. I want to say we need to add a little bit more of a faction towards here, maybe a potential tag team. And this may be a reach, and people may not like it, but we value gold, and we do need tag team champions. So we are going to go ahead and select A Town Down Under, Austin Theory,
Oh.
and Grayson Waller.
Well, no, again, no joke. The next pick for us was gonna be A Town Down Under, but hey, they're a bit of a pain anyway. But we are gonna be drafting a tag team to a tag team champions as well. The titles have red on them, so it only makes sense. Miz, Truth, the awesome Truth are coming to Monday. What's saying on Monday night? And of course, making sure we still have tag team wrestling on our brand because, oh, that would indeed be an issue if we just lost our tag team division. But hey, going into round 10, your women's division is looking strong right now. And I want to make sure that Raws can compete. It can be the premier spot for women's professional wrestling. So, hey, we are going to take Charlotte Flair. Woo! She is coming to Monday night. We pouched her off, you guys. But how are Friday nights going to respond, Shad?
Oh man, that is definitely a sensational pick. How we are going to respond, we need to have a little bit of emphasis on the tag team division. And I'm going to go off of young potential as well.
Ooh.
We are going to go ahead and select a team that is young, that has a lot of potential, and that can develop in the tag team division. We are going to take the Creed brothers.
Oh, that is a filthy pick. That is a great one indeed.
And following back with that, we are going to stay with our pro wrestling roots, and we are going to take Sami Zayn's rival, and we're going to take his entire faction because numbers games are good. We are going to take the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, Otis, and Akira Tozawa.
Oh, poor Maxine. But but she's I don't think she'd work as a heel anyway, to be fair. Otis and Tozawa, they go in heel again with Gable, it seems. But hey, round 11 to finish this first set of the WWE draft. Well, Raw have a decision to make. And hey, it would have been wrong for this man not to be in the first 11 rounds of a WWE draft. It kind of feels wrong for him to be the 22nd pick. But hey, that's the way it is. And that man is a future Hall of Famer, and it is Randy Orton, Mr. RKO himself. And that now completes the first 11 rounds of the draft. I'm getting the graphics ready. I mean, Shad, how are you feeling following the first 22 picks?
Oh man, I think our rosters are pretty neck and neck at the moment. There's a lot of you know, it's a good balance on both ends. I think we've got a
Mm.
fair shake of champions on each roster, factions, women superstars and young potential stars. I'm Mr. Tuesday night, so I might reach here and there for some young potentials, but it's all good.
Ooh. Well, let's look at it so far, of course. SmackDown's roster is currently Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, The Bloodline, Damage Control, Gunther, Kaiser, and Vinci, otherwise known as Imperium, Becky Lynch, Oba Femi, Drew McIntyre, A-Town Down Under, the Creed Brothers, and the Alpha Academy. Whereas over on Monday night, we have Bayley, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Carmelo Hayes, Awesome Truth, Charlotte Flair, Randy Orton. Guys, let us know in the comments, who do you guys think is currently winning this? I'm gonna have a quick glance right now at the comments over on Instagram. Well, we have a few people saying about announcers. We're just keeping it talents for today. But hey, maybe another day. Maybe another
If,
day.
if that's
We'll
the case, what's her name is going to be? Oh, commentary would be a tough one, but Samantha Irvin would be the number one pick in
we battle
everyone's
it out.
mind.
We might have to tear Samantha Irvine in half. We might need to pull double duty. But now moving on, right? We got to move on, and we got to move on to talk about round 12 to 22. And of course, Raw finished it last time, so we'll start it this time. And to begin round 12, Monday Night Raw are gonna take main event Jay Uso.
Uso.
There's a risk. There's a risk he beats Damian Priest in his World Championship match. So we want to keep him on the roster, ensure we don't lose big championship heading out of that. But how are SmackDown going to respond in the next two rounds, Shard?
Oh my goodness, man. I'm sorry, NXT. I keep poaching stars from you, but we are gonna go with, it doesn't feel right if I have Gunther and I don't have his greatest rival, right? NXT
No.
champion Ilya Dragunov is my next selection.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. What about round 13?
We're going faction heavy. We're gonna keep, building this SmackDown rosters tag team. We are going to select the Pride, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits.
That's a good pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is a good pick indeed. I mean, SmackDown is looking stacked, but hey, I need to make sure that Raw stays stacked. The only reason this person who I'm about to draft hasn't been higher up in this draft is because, well, she's currently injured. But hey, she's arguably the biggest star in professional wrestling right now. So, injured or not, we want to keep her on Monday nights. We want to keep Judgment Day together. And we are taking Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw. And then heading into round 14. This is when it gets a little, it gets a little difficult. Things start heating up a little bit. And maybe some tactics come into play. Because, Shad, in a couple of weeks' time, I'm not sure if you're aware, but of course, WWE Backlash in Paris. Well, your champion, Mr. Finish His Story, Cody Rhodes, he is defending it against the phenomenal AJ Styles. So, for our next pick, we're choosing AJ Styles, and we're hoping, we're praying that he takes your Undisputed Championship and brings it to Monday nights. But how do Raw respond to that?
Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. We're going to go ahead and take the megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah. He is staying on the SmackDown brand. Come on, man. Star power, that is one of the most important things that you can have. And speaking of star power, man, everybody in the Wrestling Republic world knows that I am a truther of this woman. The center of the universe, Miss Tiffany Stratton. It is Tiffy time remaining on SmackDown. Toodles.
No joke, Shad. No joke. I was about to take Tiffany the round before, and I went with AJ instead. I can't do this to you. I can't take Tiffany. But that is certainly
a scholar and a gentleman, Ben.
But now, well, Raw have to look ahead and Raw have to respond because you just took a superstar in Tiffany Stratton. Well, hey, we want to make sure, I said it before, I'll say it again. Raw is the home of women's wrestling. So we're taking a former Knockouts champion, a former SmackDown Women's champion. We're taking Naomi to Monday nights. We need to start that division. We need to make sure it's looking strong. But hey, that's not all. Because, well, I mean, obviously, earlier on in the draft, you've taken some, quite good tag teams. But the one great tag team, the one legendary tag team which you didn't take, was the New Day, and we're taking those on Monday nights because, I mean, hey, New Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. How will SmackDown respond?
Oof, that was a wonderful. I ain't gonna lie to you. They were next on my big board in regards to tag teams. I had them coming up right next. Oh man, to me, I feel like I want to build up the mid card title division a little bit. I need a guy who's a worker. I need a guy who has been putting your faction, the Judgment Day, on notice. I need to pick the potential WWE Speed Champion if he wins this tournament. Ricochet, one of the most underrated workers. I'm picking him. We do have pro wrestling on SmackDown. Following that pick, I just had a missed call from R-Truth. He gave me a suggestion, and he told me to pick. I got 2 words for you. Oh, never mind. That's not DX. I'm picking DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They dashingly look just like Triple H and Shawn Michaels, apparently. We're taking DIY. Yeah, I've never seen them all in the same room together. So
exactly. I mean, that definitely happened. I've definitely not seen a million photos of them pointing at each other and all that. No.
That never
But I mean, Oh, you talk a couple of great picks there. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. DIY were also next up on that list. I actually almost need to remind myself real quickly of all the names chosen. I need to make sure the guy who I'm about to take hasn't been picked yet, and he has not been. I'm surprised he has not been because, hey, he's a great name and he's still in the game. You talked very early on in this draft, his best friend, but hey, we're separating them once
Oh
again. Kevin
no!
Owens, the KO show is coming back to Monday Night Raw. I think the KO show
Oh,
is going to be a hit on Netflix. What can I say?
I cannot believe. Oh man. Okay, that's a great pick.
But listen, at the end of the day, you took the Kabuki Warriors earlier in this as well, which was a bullet to the heart for me because we lost the women's championship. Well, we need some women's tag teams. And I don't want to do this because all I'm going to hear is complaining for the next 12 months. But I'm going to do it. We're taking Chelsea Green and Pippa Niven to Monday Night Raw. I mean, I'm so going to regret that pick. But what about you? How are you going to respond heading into round 18?
First and foremost, I love that pick. I think people need to give Chelsea Green a little bit more credit because she is a sensational talent. She does everything right in regards to like comedic timing. So I got no issues with that pick. But I feel like I got to keep poaching from NXT here
Oh,
and there. We
no.
got to build for the roster and we got to pick someone who's got gold. I love women's wrestling. Why would I not pick a woman who has gold? We are going to go with the NXT Women's Champion, Miss Roxanne Perez.
Great pick. Great pick. You've emptied. Friday Night SmackDown has literally taken all of NXT's titles.
NXT's champions, right? It's crazy to see. Oh, but following back with that pick, man, there is different variations of this group. And I've been, you can't ignore star power.
Mm.
And I need a monster heel. I need a monster heel. And I'm gonna book him the right way. We're gonna go with my favorite version of LWO, and that is Legado World Order. We're gonna select Mr. Santos Escobar, Angel Garza, and then of course my last but not least pick, Humberto Legado del Fantasma.
Great pick. SmackDown is stacked with factions, no doubt about it. I mean, you guys have the Pride, you have you have the Legado, you have the Bloodline, you have Imperium. I think you had another one as well, didn't you? Yeah, Damage Control. I mean, that is just, and now for Academy too. I mean, oh, Friday nights, the nights of faction warfare. That is for sure. I'm sure you guys will be loving it heading into War Games later in the year. But hey, you picked quite a few people from NXT. Well, I'm going to pick someone from the shelf. I'm going to pick someone who's been out injured. And I'm going to pick to return Alexa Bliss. We're bringing her back. We're having a return on Monday night. I mean, that's going to be exciting. That certainly will be. And for the next pick, well, I'm going to have to go with my boys. The Yes Boys! Pretty deadly. We're bringing them to Monday Night Raw. Yes, boys! But how are Friday Night SmackDown going to respond to that, Strad?
Oh man, I'm a big basketball fan, and I was always told that you want to pick players who have a high shooting percentage. Well, lucky for me, this man's slogan is "He don't miss." So I'm going to select Carmelo Hayes.
I already picked him.
Oh, did you pick him already? I
I
apologize.
picked him in
My,
round
round
8.
8. I am sorry, my fault. Revert back. I'm going to take the person that beat him, Trick Williams.
Oh, I wanted the feud. Ah.
I forgot about you picked him. My fault. I was like, oh, I thought he was on board. I forgot to cross that out. I'm gonna take Trick Williams. I feel this guy is got star potential, and I kind of want to see him and LA Knight have a feud. So we're going to go ahead and select him with my following pick. This is tough because there's still some good single stars on the board. There's also some good tag teams on the board. I wanna keep building a good mix between the youth as well as having a good base of young stars and whatnot. And I wanna keep building this tag team division. And if you taking a person off the shelf, I'm gonna take him off the shelf too. And I can get three out of this. I'm gonna take Eric, Ivar, and Valhalla.
Oh, that is a good one. The Viking
King
Raiders.
Raiders.
Oh, you took them from us. That is frustrating. Indeed. But for my pick for round 21, for Raw's pick, well, we're kind of getting into the nitty gritty right now, but I am going to choose the winner of this year's Andre the Giant Battle Royale. I'm going to take Big Bronson Reed. He's staying on Monday night. He's getting a singles push, and he is going to the main event scene potentially. And then to kick off the final round of this section, round 2022, not 2022. We are gonna. Oh, this is a tough pick. This is a really, really tough one. But, well, we're gonna take a young talent. We are gonna take somebody who's got a lot of potential, and that person is also from NXT. They are also a former NXT Women's Champion. They are Lyra Valkyrie. We're taking her on Monday nights. What about you? How are you going to end this section of it with round 22, Shad?
With the last pick in round 22, we're going to go and select a team that you do not like. So I'm going to take them for you so you don't got to pick them. New catch. I won't finish the word. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Do you know, I have a list of like 80 superstars, maybe more written down. And I mean this genuinely. They are not on that list. There are legitimate. There are people who I thought were released who were on the list before him. That's how irrelevant I think Newt Catch redacted. I don't care about them. Never cared for them. They're Tottenham fans. They stink. They stole my name. Hate them. They're repulsive. But hey, I'm getting in now the graphic. Let's have a look at how the rosters look heading out of, I guess the second section of the draft, round 2, whatever you want to call it. Because of course, after round 1, we said it looked pretty even. Well, after round 2, does it still? SmackDown now has Dragunov, Lashley and Profits, LA Knight, Tiffany Stratton, Ricochet, DIY, Roxanne Perez, the Legado del Fantasma, Trick Williams, Viking Raiders, New Catch, redacted. And Monday Night Raw have Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, AJ Styles, Naomi, New Day, Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, and Pippa Niven, Alexa Bliss, Pretty Deadly, Bronson Reed, and Lyra Valkyrie. Comments. Let us know. Who do you guys currently think is winning
how y'all
this?
calling this, man? It's been pretty good back and forth. I ain't gonna lie. We have very similar draft strategies and ways.
Yeah, I think literally every time you've taken who I'm going to take next, pretty much. But round 23, SmackDown kicks us off once again. What are you taking, Shad?
We're going back to NXT, and we're taking one of my favorite factions out there. We are taking, this is for you, Drizzy, Meta 4. I can only pick 3, so we got to call them the Meta 3 for the time being. But I'm going to take Noam Dar. I'm going to take Aura Mensa. And I'm going to take Lash Legend.
Oh, that is a strong, strong pick indeed. Friday Night SmackDown has become Tuesday Night NXT.
It's only right, right?
It's stacked. It's stacked. It truly, truly is. I cannot blame you one bit for that one. I mean, I'm having a look now at my list. It's getting into, the difficult part when you're like, hey, I don't know because there are so many people, but hey,
You bank on young talent or people who've been underutilized. So that's the
yeah,
point.
exactly. Well, here's the thing, right, Chad? You might remember earlier in this draft that you said to me that, hey, you picked CM Punk, so I'm going to choose Drew McIntyre. I'm going to stop you from having the best storyline in professional wrestling. Well, earlier on in this exact same draft, you stopped me from having what I consider the best storyline in professional wrestling in the bloodline. So, hey, I'm going to stop you from finishing that story by taking Jimmy Uso. Maybe we're reuniting the Usos because we have both of them now. We have Jay
You
and Jimmy. We got them both together and heading into round 24. This is when it gets difficult again. But hey, I'm going for the future. A young talent who's technically already on the main roster. But hey, I don't think he's been utilized too well over on Friday night. So I'm stealing him, Mr. Dragon Lee, the
we
future of Lucha Libre. Round 24. Who are SmackDown picking?
that was a great pick. It hurts to see Dragon Lee leave, but I'm sure that he will get buried on Raw just fine. We are going to go ahead and select someone who I feel is underrated, underutilized, and his presentation has gotten better. But we're gonna take him to that next level. We're gonna take the man with one of the greatest theme songs of all time, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, that is a great, great pick. What about round 25? Oh,
And with round 25, we gonna keep it in the family. We're going back to NXT with a pick. We are taking Tony
oh,
D'Angelo. We are taking Stacks, and we are taking uh, Adriana Rizzo.
that literally, I'm not even joking. They were next on my list. That's not even out of everybody it could have been. Those were genuinely the next names. Well, hey, I lost him, but I'm also gonna go into NXT. But I'm not going in for a young talent. I'm actually going in for a bit of a veteran because, hey, I want him back on Monday nights. I'm bringing back Baron Corbin. He's reinvented himself, and I want him on Monday nights. Hey, Braun Breaker's on our brand too. Who knows what could potentially happen there? That one could certainly be a fun one. I want to keep an eye on for those people watching Monday night Raw. But round 26, Raw are going to take another one who's on the shelf, but I think he's coming back real soon. We're taking Braun Strowman, the former World Heavyweight Champion, who's getting picked as the 52nd pick of this draft. That is how stacked this WWE roster is right now. Like,
Nah, it's
it's
crazy.
round 26 and Braun Strowman's still available. But who are you picking in round 26 for Friday Night, Shad?
Oh no, that definitely speedy recovery to Braun. Um, you know, I gotta pick a legend, man. And since it is a numbers game, and I already have one of them, one of the versions of it, I might as well take the other version of it. We are going to take LWO. We're gonna take Rey Mysterio. We are gonna take Miss Zelina Vega. So we add a women's
Oh,
superstar to our list, and we are gonna round it off with another one of the most underrated wrestlers who missed his prime, in my opinion, for some odd reason. It don't matter. Carlito.
that is, honestly, that is, that's so frustrating. Zelina Vega. I'm gonna have to share the list after. She was literally next on my list, but not with the LWO though. So that is a good one. Well, I mean, whose pick is next? It's your pick as well. Next round 27.
We
Who?
are gonna go back and pick a dominant women's wrestler. And I'm
Oh,
not gonna let you finish one of your stories because you took her. Even though she's on the shelf, we're gonna take Miss Liv Morgan. Watch me.
that is good. And you're also giving yourself a chance that hey, you have two out of the people in the Battle Royale on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night who could be the next World Women's Champion. So, you're playing it safe there. Good, Shad. I respect that. I
Sure.
respect that a lot. Well, hey, while we're stealing talents, while we're breaking up stories, while we're messing each other around a little bit, I'm going to break up one of your factions, technically speaking, because earlier in this, you drafted Damage Control, but there was one member missing, and that member was Dakota Kai, and we're taking her round 27. Dakota Kai, welcome to
No.
Monday Night Raw, and she can finish things with Bayley one-on-one, like good baby faces do, hey? Like it should be done. Then I'm also going to take another former WWE champion. Crazy, he's still in it at this point. And that man is Sheamus. He is coming in big, round 28 for us. But how will SmackDown respond in round 28, Shad?
Oh man, Sheamus was definitely next on my big board. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh man, that's a great pick. Sheamus is. I'm sorry, Sheamus, that you had to wait that long
Yeah,
to be
it's
on
crazy.
this. Question: are part timers okay to take?
If it's probably not. It depends. Like if it's like somebody who's like if it's John Cena, no. If it's The Rock, no. If
Okay,
it's if it's a Roman Reigns, it's fine. But if it's
got you, got
somebody
you,
who's
got
a
you.
real part timer, no.
Okay, got you. The Rock was the Rock was gonna have my question on it, to be honest with you.
The Rock as pick what would that be? I think it'd be like 57 in the draft. That would be
That'd be wild to see. Um, man, so this is the difficult part because it's like kind of to the you kind of bank off, like I said, it's talent that doesn't get utilized, or it's
yeah.
talent that is just young prospects um on the NXT pool, and I feel like there is still a lot of great young prospects on the NXT pool. And I'm gonna go
Mhm.
for another fun faction. We are gonna give me a C, give me a H, give me a A, give me a S, give me a E, give me a U. What does that spell? Chase U. I'm going to take Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, and Miss Thea Hale. We're gonna take them to the blue brand. We got some characters on this list.
I mean, NXT's gonna need NXT 3.0 after this draft.
3.0, right?
Gonna need a hard reset once again because it's been emptied. But I mean, it's your pick again, round 29. Who are Friday nights taken?
With my next pick for the blue brand, we feel like we need to get some veterans, possibly. We might need to get some mid carders. Wouldn't be bad as well. But I'm gonna pick tag team because I think we do need another tag team, and I'm gonna take
Hmm.
Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers.
The OC.
Underutilized. I think I can put them in the fold
Oh,
in this tag team division. The OCA. And I just want to make sure that
oh well.
Styles doesn't get them.
That again, it's becoming it's becoming heated this draft. It truly is. Well, over on Instagram, we have Sonny Dalton and Sandy, who really wants me to pick a certain somebody. And well, there's actually a couple of names he's given, and I'm actually not going to give the one get the first one that I saw. Instead, I am going to go for a big guy because we don't have many big guys right now on this Raw roster. But people like Sheamus to have some slugfests with. So for round 29, Monday Night Raw chooses Omos. We are bringing him in, and it is crazy that such a talent is coming in. Yeah.
I love
Oh
that
my
pick,
goodness.
man. I love that pick. That's quite a figure, man. Omar gets a lot more hate than he deserves, in my opinion.
1000%. No, I completely and utterly agree there. Round 30. Well, I'm also going to listen to you again, Sonny Dalton and Sandy, and I'm going to take a prospect. Somebody who maybe some people are writing off, but hey, at the end of the day, this guy's an Olympic gold medalist, and that man is Gable Steveson. We're drafting him to the Red Brown. This is the third time he's been drafted, actually, and he's still not made a main roster debut. So let's see if third time's the charm, hey?
Clark is celebrating right now.
Yeah.
All right. Is this the last one on this set or what?
No, so we have got another 4 picks each. Well, sorry,
Okay.
I have 3, you have 4.
Okay. With my next pick, I love value, and I feel values and pick is a good way to fill the roster up. And what this woman did at Mania weekend on Bloodsport was sensational, and I think the
Oh,
woman she comes with is sensational as well. Let me get the team of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
that is unreal. That is really, really a great top quality pick indeed. So and Zoe Stark, you said.
Yes, as a
Oh,
tag team,
double.
we need
Oh,
some tag teams. So I think that would be a great pick for them to come
that
on the
is a
SmackDown.
great,
Yeah,
great pick. Round 31, who are
And
you
then
taking?
I am up again. And you know what, man? I told y'all I love women's wrestling, and we are gonna definitely split booking 50-50. There won't be more men more than women, more women more than men. It's gonna be split. We are gonna stick with a potential, champion for tomorrow night. We are gonna pick Nia Jax.
Oh, I didn't even think about Nia Jax. Great pick. Again, former champion in round 31. Round 31. This WWE roster, this is a bit of a side note, but this
Crazy.
WWE roster right now might just be the best the WWE roster has ever been because we're in round 31 of this mock draft and people like Nia Jax are still available. It's nuts.
Yeah, this
It's
this exercise is showing you like how good of talent they have right now. It's kind of crazy to think. I was thinking that too. I was like, there's still like some good names, and we're getting towards like the end of this draft right now. But hey, man, kudos to him.
Well, Chris Leclerc says Liv Morgan is winning tomorrow night, not Nia Jax.
Guess
Well,
what? Guess what, Chris
you have
Leclerc? I
heard
have
correctly.
Liv Morgan as well. So
And he's got Becky Lynch as well, just in case. David
yeah,
Marge likes those picks as well. Shout out to you, David Marge, in the comments over on YouTube. But round, what is it? That's my pick. Round 31. Well, it's getting a little tough, but hey, you've drafted a lot of women's tag teams. So, hey, I think I'm going to need to bring another one in. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, I'm bringing them to Monday night. I don't know if they won't count it on Friday Night SmackDown, right? Or are they on Raw?
they're on SmackDown right now. The Unholy Union.
Okay. They're never used. Like it's such a shame as well because they're so good.
Alba
Round
Alba Fire has one of the longest streaks as a champion, and the fact that she isn't used is mind-boggling to me. But
yeah.
that's either
That
here
is
or there.
crazy. Haley Ray back in the day. That is frustrating indeed. And I've got 2 picks left in this, right? 2 picks left. And round 32, it's a tough one. It really, really is. But I'm looking at the list right now. Do I want to make NXT bleed a little bit more? I'm not going to be mean, at least not yet. I am going to take Karrion Cross and AOP. Technically, I am making NXT bleed because they've been there. But yeah,
Good pick. Good pick. At this round,
I
that's a
would,
really good pick.
yeah, round 32, and you're getting a faction. Round 32 SmackDown. Who are you guys picking?
Round 32, we're gonna take someone who is on NXT, but I feel like he is a person that never got a fair shake on the main roster, and I'm going to take Dijak.
Okay, Jack,
Okay,
fair play. Great
and
pick.
then
Your
and
last
with the
pick.
next and the last pick, man, women's wrestling is about to thrive because she's been on the shelf because she obviously had a child. We are gonna take Fabolu. Carmella.
Shard, no joke. That was gonna be my last.
You got it on your list. I love it. I love it. I love that we're thinking in the same space right now.
Well, I've got to go back to the list now. And who am I going to do as my last pick? You need somebody good to round things off. Well, okay, I've got the person. You know what, NXT. You're going to need a 3.0, but you better use this guy anyway. I think this guy is underrated. He is overhated. I think he's got potential. I think you need to turn him into a bit more of a darker character. In fact, I wrote an article on it. I said that this guy could be, the next big, dark character for WWE, and that man is Von Wagner, the last pick for Monday Night Raw in the WWE Draft. I mean, Shad, do you truthfully think Von Wagner has potential? This is a side topic, but I want to get your thoughts on it.
No, I truthfully do think he has potential. I just think they've booked him like a dork, to be honest with you. Like they've made so much silly booking with him, but like the guy's not bad in ring wise, and he's got like as a big man, he's got a dominant presence. I think they should definitely lean into that. And the thing with him is this: he's like funny to a point where like he's not trying to be funny. He's just so goofy in ways. So he's definitely a very dynamic talent. That's not a bad pick.
They could lean into it though so much, and I think I've said this before, where they can, they really could make him like, he's so upset with the fans' reaction. He opened up to everybody. He opened up about, the accent he had before and all that, and like it's like he could like go full heel because of that and be like, hey, he's being more reserved now. He's, become a bit of a, a scared character and all that, a dark type character. There's so much potential you can do with him, and I think he has a great look for that as well. But they are fumbling him. NXT, rarity that they do this, but right now, I think that they have fumbled him. Somebody says, no Uncle Howdy. Well, of course, we've seen those teasers from Bo Dallas, but he's not officially on the roster yet, so we can't draft him. But let's read off the list, shall we? Let's start with SmackDown's roster. SmackDown's full finished roster is Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Damage Control, Imperium, Becky Lynch, Oba Femi, Drew McIntyre, A-Town Down Under, Creed Brothers, Gable, Otis, and Tozawa, Ilya Dragunov, Lashley, Street Profits, LA Knight, Tiffany Stratton, Ricochet, DIY, Roxanne Perez, Legado del Fantasma, Trick Williams, Viking Raiders, New Catch Redacted, Noam Dar, Mensa, and Legend, Shinsuke Nakamura, The Family, Rey Mysterio, Zelina Vega, and Carlito, Liv Morgan, Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, and Thea Hale, the OC, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, Nia Jax, Dijak, and Carmella. Meanwhile, Monday Night's Raw's roster is Bayley, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Carmelo Hayes, Awesome Truth, Charlotte Flair, Randy Orton. I mean, that ends crazy. Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, AJ Styles, Naomi, New Day, Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, and Pippa Niven, Alexa Bliss, Pretty Deadly, Bronson Reed, Lyra Valkyrie, then finally Jimmy Uso, Dragon Lee, Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Sheamus, Omos, Gable Steveson, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn, Karrion Kross and AOP, and as the last pick of the 2024 draft, Von Wagner.
NXT, I did you a favor. I let you have Tatum Paxley because she's the GOAT, and she needs to just completely run that entire roster. You can just have a great show with only her. So, Carmella, welcome back.
But the Tuesday Night Delight is going to have nothing to talk about on Tuesday night. So that's what's going to happen after this draft.
Oh, we got Tatum Paxley. I can talk about her for 45 minutes every week.
every week, just data back. We've got Sonic Delta and Sandy saying no one picks Final Testament. Yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
picked them as the 30. So what would that have been? The
crossing.
64th pick. But,
They were
oh
selected. I was
gosh.
never gonna take them, Sonny Dalton. So don't worry about that.
They were never getting to. Somebody said we got Zadok the Great saying we need Axiom and Nathan Fraser and NXT Tag Team Champions.
I honestly, they were on my boards, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, man, I would literally. I've taken every NXT champ on the Raw, so they're gonna need new champions.
NXT is just completely and utterly empty following his.
I was like, if they're the best talent on NXT, they're coming on the main roster now. I basically took out people that they job out and filled them with NXT talent. So, but I think we gotta. I think both rosters are really good. I think there's a good mix of young talent that are gonna be the future of WWE, as well as vets and just stars. But to Ben's point earlier, man, you look at the picks that we selected and you can argue how come this person wasn't taken, how this person wasn't taken. We only had 66 picks, right? There's a
Yeah,
lot of talent on this WWE roster right now. And that is incredible. Like wrestling is in a great place right now. WWE is like smashing it, man. Like they got a jam roster and they got so much up and coming talent, and when people complain about not seeing people, you can see, man, there's only 5 hours of television every week.
yeah.
You can't feel like that much, and it's special, man. It's definitely crazy.
We have Zach the Great saying nobody picked Apollo Crews. Poor Apollo.
Sorry, Zach. Yeah, that was he wasn't on my big board.
The entire NXT roster. Well, Apollo Crews can be drafted to NXT again. There we are. We're sending him back down. Hey, again, he can help with NXT 3.0. I mean, very quickly before we go, we might as well do this. It seems like a fun end. Sonny Delton and Sandy is saying, let's say they do a brand versus brand at Survivor Series. Your top 5 versus his top 5. Shad, who are you picking as your top 5? I'll quickly put on the graphic again. Who would you pick for a 5v5 War Games right now?
And is it like just guys and girls, or
Nah, well, actually, yeah, let's do it. Let's fantasy.
I'm taking Cody, I'm taking Sammy, I'm taking Gunther, I'm taking Io Sky, and I am taking Becky Lynch.
Roman Reigns is absent from that. See,
Oh, my
Roman, you
hold
have
on. Let me
been
take that back. Let
better
me take that back. Let me take
over
that back.
on Monday nights.
I will take that back. I will take Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and I'll have Io as my I have Becky as my fifth.
I'll trade Roman Reigns for Von Wagner. But for me, I'm saying that hey, I should have on that list. I needed to put Priest, Storm, and Balor. But I'm actually I'm gonna do Bailey, Damian Priest, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, and Braun Breaker. Let's go with the youngster. Seth Rollins. I'm sorry, your knees probably couldn't handle a War Games match. But just to wrap things up, let's go to the comments again. Somebody says men versus men and woman versus woman. Now that's one for another day for sure, David. I that is
I
definitely one
yeah,
we
I
could do at a
gotta
later date.
I'm glad that we like definitely emphasized on like drafting a good chunk of women and a good chunk of
Yeah,
men, because I think like WWE's women's roster is so stacked. It's insane.
yeah,
Like just making the big board and looking at like the rosters on the site, like there's so many talented women on that roster. It's insane, man. Like
yeah.
I don't know why it
No,
doesn't
you're
get
right.
more TV time than it does, but it's crazy.
It's absolutely true. Women's wrestling is killing it right now. Let's hope the women's matches tonight at AEW Dynasty get time. Otherwise, it's gonna be like the last pay-per-view all over again, where I'm going on a rant. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, it's been a super fun show. I love these drafts that we do. We need to find a way to incorporate it a little bit more, perhaps, with Sunday Fun Days going forward. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Shad, for joining me. And we will see you guys tomorrow for our AEW Dynasty review. Peace!